When I heard it was Kraken week, you know I had to do something. Hi, I'm Flora. I am a makeup content creator here on the internet. I do mostly monsters these days, centered around tabletop games. I have been doing a series called Monster Manual Maiden, where I have been recreating monsters from the Dungeons & Dragons Monster Manual. That's my bread and butter, so this was totally up my alley. For those of you that don't know, Kraken Week is a week of Kraken and ocean inspired projects. Now, if you haven't heard of it before, that's okay. It is absolutely brand new this year. A bunch of tabletop community creators, spearheaded, or should I say harpooned, by Pointy Hat and Ginny D, they have decided to put a call out into the community, a siren's call, asking creators to do their work based off of the mythological creature, the Kraken. I thought to myself, yes, I have been wanting to do a Kraken-inspired look for years. Now that seeing a bunch of my wonderful community members doing Kraken-inspired projects, I had to do it too, in just a few days, with almost no prep. But you know what? We persist. So my inspiration for this makeup look was just tentacles, tentacles, tentacles. I had a look I had done previously called the Elder Brain, and it had a bunch of little tiny tentacles on the collar accessory, and I thought, yes, more. I would like to do more tentacles, please. Innuendos aside. So I threw together a quick sketch of what I might do, and it was a tentacle piece like coming off of the neck and off of the head, and I had this idea of like, oh, maybe it should be breaking a ship in half because that's what Krakens do, right? Overall, I wanted to have just like a pale, sallow look with colors reminiscent that you see on the official Kraken art, which is like these yellows and reds and just kind of all like these muddy beiges together. I also wanted to make the entire look just damp, wet even. So the process of making this prop was definitely a lot of foam dowels, foam clay, hot glue, aluminum wire, putting all of those together. I decided to stick aluminum wire within the small foam dowels to make them posable. After gluing it all together and kind of making the silhouette that I wanted, I ended up 3D printing a little ship. This ship is a maker-bot ship called the Endeavor off of Thingiverse. I'll link it down below. Super easy print, printed in 2 halves, and then you glue it together. And that's where the idea came in. I wanted to have the ship breaking apart on top of my head. So I ended up 3D printing tiny planks of wood that would kind of match the ship and gluing them on. After that, it was time to prime. I mixed together Mod Podge and some tan paint, thinking that, oh, this creature is tan, I'm gonna save myself half the work by mixing in the paint and the Mod Podge. Similar to Black Magic Craft, he does a black paint and Mod Podge mixture to prime all of his terrain things. Super smart, love the idea. Next came painting a beige. I went deeper and darker, and then I decided like, oh, I don't think I like that color. Shifted the color again and then painted stripes on the tentacles. Next was the gloss coat. Quickly threw that on out on the porch, and I did some more gloss detailing with some glossy Mod Podge in the office, as you can see here. And with the accessory finished, it was time to move on to the makeup. The makeup itself took so long for something that looked, in my mind, so subtle. It was just going over and over and over on my base until I got to the right shade of green, doing the little freckles, concentric circles, that sort of thing. I would compare the base I had painted to the color of the accessory, because sometimes in my own head I will picture a color and then not realize it's completely off. I did the final step, which was the gloss. Putting the gloss all over my face and on the eyelashes, on my lids and lips. It looked goopy. It was goopy. I thought it looked cool, so that's that. And here's the final look. Okay, let's have a mini post-mortem. What could I do better? I feel like the makeup wasn't enough. I always end up saying that about the makeup I do, but this one, I feel like I could have pushed it further with some of like the freckles and just maybe done like asymmetrical like fish pattern on my face. I feel like that would have been interesting. So I think I want to make my props more finished and more secure for next time, so I'm not stressed out about it falling off of my head while taking pictures, and it might make the whole process just kind of more streamlined, that sort of thing. Overall, I like the look. I like the concept I had in my head, and I'd like to try this again maybe next year for Kraken Week. And say no to another tentacle themed look, because it was really fun to make. Making them look slimy and drippy and gross is just set my little heart aflutter. Anyway, that's it for me. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you have any ideas of a monster I could turn into a makeup look, leave it in the comment section down below. Also, check out my other videos. I have a couple up of some other previous Monster Manual maidens. Check them out. And if you enjoy them, subscribe. I am trying to put out more videos this year. That's kind of my goal for the latter half of 2024, is to have a regular upload schedule. So there's that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a great time. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.